Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dark Child.
I'm your host, twinsinc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up.
We back. I hope everybody's having a great day. I know by the time you hear this message, it's Monday morning. You listen to the show. Appreciate you. But once again, if you want to be on the live show with us, we record this. It's every Sunday, 3 p.m.-ish. The Chop Team on YouTube. Follow us. Tune in. But we have a special guest. He might be a new The Chop member. It's Questboogie. How you doing, sir?
Doing well.
I'm glad to have you, sir. And we have Seth the Dark Child. You there, sir?
Yes, sir. Ready, willing, and able.
All right. He remote up, but he's still here. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see the title we have right now. Ladies, you see the title. Sexual capping in relationships. We got to talk about it because you're not being held accountable for your actions. And I do mean actions, too. And what I mean is this. In a relationship, when you first dating and getting to know your mate, you know what I'm saying, you filling each other out, you vibing, chemistry is there, and then eventually it gets to the intimate course, and you're knocking out the park. You're 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 on everything that you're doing, and those are some of the traits that when men decide they're going to marry a woman, those are some of the things that we kind of like, okay, all right, yeah, you know what? That's part of the checkoff list of being in a relationship. So I know someone say, I only look at sex. Well, men do. We do. And we did that because prior to being with you, we was out sowing our oats, right? I know you hate that, but that's what we was doing, right? So I know what I like and I know what I dislike. So what I'm saying is this. Most of the men that I know who are in a long-term relationship either got married or not married, but it's this long-term relationship. And for some reason, the relationship don't fall through because the man cheated or whatever he did, whatever. And I like to say this to the woman, like, so if he cheated, why? Did you find out why? In most cases, the women are not accountable to ask that question as far as why. They just feel because he did this and he should have done that. That's why he did this. Well, lady, how come y'all not holding the end of your bargain? And when I'm saying end of your bargain is this. When I first met you, we were rabbits. You was doing XYZ all the time. But when you got that magical gauntlet ring, yeah, I'm calling it the magical gauntlet ring, you know, shout out to Marvel. You got that ring and you got everything that you wanted. But then at that moment, you got that power. You just kind of step back like, okay, I'm here now, so this is who I am. This is what you get. I'm not doing nothing else. I used to do that, but now I don't do it no more. And I had a conversation with women who have girlfriends who were married. And she was in the room with all women. There's a woman talking. She told me this conversation. She asked 3 women in the conversation, said, hey, since you've been married, have you kind of slacking off on doing things you used to do when you know, sexually? Do you start slacking off things you was doing before you met your husband? And all women say yes. They all slacked off. And she was shocked, like, are you serious? Why? Right? And then she turned around and asked them this question. Well, as far as your husband or boyfriend you're with for a long period of time, did he slack off paying the bills? Did he slack off protecting you? Did he slack off being the man, the leader of the household that you expect him to be? And most of them said, no, he didn't. So why are you slacking off on your woman responsibilities, accountability in relationship when it comes to sexual stuff? I'll put a period there.
So what was the answer?
To what? Oh, yeah. So, sorry about. Thank you for Questboogie. So the question is that they admitted that they were lazy, they got comfortable in their position, and they felt they didn't have to do it. Like they feel like I got him, he ain't going nowhere. I had his kids, and they say these things. He ain't going nowhere. So, if I feel like it, I'll do X, Y, Z. If I feel like it, I'll do X, Y, Z. I know guy friends that only can get the BJ if it's Father's Day, anniversary, birthday, or Valentine's Day. That's it. So out of 365 days in a year, maybe 5 times, this man may get the special BJ. But when you first got her, he didn't have to ask. He might have woke up one day like, this is what we on this morning. Okay, I like this.
You used to wake up in the morning.
Right.
You be driving down the street.
Mind your business.
You pull over at a random like Waffle House for breakfast in the morning on your way to Florida or something like that. He'd be like, yo, let's go in the bathroom. At a goddamn Waffle House.
Hustle is real.
You commit to a relationship, and the next thing you know, you be like, man, I ain't had nothing like that in 3 years. Sorry, a little bit overzealous. I felt some kind of way about that.
Go ahead, Questboogie.
Yeah, so I'm with you. Like, I think I don't know if you all have dealt with it. I've definitely dealt with it. I don't know how you guys, enter into a relationship or what, but I'm really direct and straightforward with my expectations in a relationship. Not just sexually, but I let them know what my deal breakers are. Trying to see if we align on major issues to see if we're compatible, right? I just hate to waste my time. So I definitely make sure they know there's, one of my deal breakers is if a woman doesn't give BJs, we can't, this relationship can't go any further.
Right.
twinsinc, I'm kind of OCD, so if she's just nasty and doesn't clean up after herself, that's a no-go for me too. But, all the women say all the things that, they want to say to get where they want to be or get you or tie you down or whatever the case may be, and they'll do those things, repetition, often, you know what I mean? And then once they have you, they stop, or you see it, you see the decline, right? And eventually, being the guy that you are, or being the guy that I am, initially I understand the beginning of a relationship is exciting. So there's a lot of, sexual activity and things like that. But as you become more and more comfortable and established in a relationship, it kind of dies down a little bit, right? And you expect that to a degree. But when they cut it off cold turkey, and first they give you an excuse every once in a while, you want to be compromising. You don't want to seem like a jerk. So you're like,
right.
Okay. But those excuses become more and more frequent and then become the norm, right?
Yep.
Next thing you know, you're in a spot to where, you're getting a BJ maybe every day or a couple times a week or once a week or whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, you're in that situation where you're lucky if you get it on your birthday and major holidays. You know what I mean? So, now I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I'll have the conversation with you. But I think we've all been a part of those conversations where we'll speak to the woman and say, hey, this is what I want. I was clear about this, and what's the deal? And then they'll fire back with whatever nonsense their response is going to be. And, they just expect, like they said, you're not going anywhere. They have kids, so they feel like they have you over a barrel. Now they have the upper hand, and there's that power shift we talk about, right? Now, it might be cheaper for you to keep them, you know what I mean? And just live unhappily, you know what I mean? Well, then you got other guys that if you won't do it, somebody else will. And then women are upset if you're getting cheated on, you know what I mean? Because there's that other girl that wants what you have and wants your spot.
Right.
Whether she knows you're there or not. And she's going to do what you won't do. Right?
Well,
at the same time, what you said, Twin, is that, in your scenario, that they got comfortable. And, the young lady asked the other women, that he stopped paying the bills and he starts slacking off on this or that. The reality is, in most cases, the man's still paying the bills and doing those things. Now, obviously, could they bring up things, one-offs where he may not be taking me out or may not be whining and diming me like he used to? I mean, yeah, it's possible, right? But at the same time, when they don't do the things that they're supposed to do or hold up their end of the bargain, I've never heard personally of a man that just stopped paying the bills.
Facts.
Just think about it. You were in a relationship and she just stopped giving you BJs and you just decided, oh yeah, I'm not paying your cell phone bill, I'm not paying your
right, shit start getting cut off because I don't feel like it,
or whatever the case may be. Man, it would be a nuclear holocaust. You know what
I mean? Wait. I want to expand the conversation a little bit.
Go ahead.
Not beyond BJs, by the way.
Okay.
Because like your girl getting on top, right? When you first start kicking it, you be watching. You might be playing the Xbox. She come and just sit down on your lap. You got to pause your game and pay attention to something else.
Right.
You be at the park. I mean, bro, we was at the park talking and we sat on the swing and she wrote me on the swing. Good time.
Oh my gosh.
Right. You ain't. But I'm just saying though, you do that kind of stuff. But then at one point in your relationship, you have to get up top. She started talking about her knees hurt, and you be like, but you used to just come and get on me like this. Now we stuck with starfish missionary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then and also like to go back, I think you're going that route, but what Questboogie was saying earlier, like, you know, this period, no man should have to ask. But then when you hit him with a no, right? When your man has to, first off, when your man has to come and ask you for something, that's a problem. That's number one. That's number one right there. He to come and ask you. No man should have to ask their wife, baby, can we do it tonight? That's a strike. Strike.
Yep.
Be very clear, ladies. That's a strike. You should not. But on top of
I got a 3-time rule.
Right. So that's one. So I gotta humble myself and kind of ask you, like, hey, babe, can I get some? You know, I gotta be like very nice to you when I ask. But then if you say no, okay, I know sometimes there'll be some no's, but that no should follow be, okay, 15 minutes. Oh, give me an hour. Oh, tomorrow, because I gotta get up early and I'm gonna take you off. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with a solution. Don't say I'm gonna get you later. Just say no and that's it. So then when you come back, you ask again, she might be like, no, again. Like, at this point, I'm gonna stop asking. And the reason why I said, because we all been that guy. Meaning that if I was talking to a girl when I was single and she said no, cool, I'll go down to the Rolodex. Hey, what you doing tonight? Nothing. Perfect. So either way, I'm going to give me something regardless. So if you did say nothing to me, I was on to the next one. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. And so if you want me to marry you and commit to you, well, guess what? You taking all them roles I had when I had a morning person, afternoon person, and a night person. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing 3 times a day for the rest of my life. All I'm just saying is that you have to maintain that hunger I had, right? Mm-hmm. You did it when I first got you, because that's how you got the ring. But then when you get the ring, you pull off, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to just, no. We can only masturbate for so long. This is something we can do for so long. Watch a porn gets old after so long. Right. We need that physical touch, right, ladies. And we got to be held accountable, because as Seth Darchell said earlier, I have not met not one man, no, Questboogie said, I have not had one man my whole life told me his whole life, because this woman wasn't giving no booty, he stopped paying bills. I never heard any man in my life say that, because he didn't feel like it. He ain't paid more because he didn't feel like it. And I say more because I ain't talking about dudes who live in an apartment with a girl. I'm talking about grown men who have mortgages and bills and pay shit. I never heard a man say, oh, I ain't paying my mortgage this month. I ain't paying the car note. I'm not paying the cell phone bill because you didn't give me nothing. No, we still got to do what we got to do.
Right.
So, well, see, that's why I said in the earlier podcast, girlfriends are better than wives. Facts. You know what? If my girlfriend turned me down 3 times, we not dating no more, right?
Facts.
So I was free to do what I wanted to do. I'm unwilling to sacrifice what I want in life anymore, which include BJs and getting ridden like a horse. Because sometimes I just want to put my head behind my head and watch the ceiling fan. You know, if you're not gonna uphold your end of the bargain, I really do need to be able to discipline you, aka kick you out my house, get you off my program, without you being able to blow up my life. Right. Girlfriends are better than wives for a lot of reasons. This is one of them.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I expect, and just to be a realist, I expect compromise, right? Like I said, it might taper off a little bit, but
it happens.
I've personally been in a situation where, I don't have a problem asking, but when I'm the only one asking, and it seems or turns into practically begging, it gets to a point where you just stop asking. You know what I mean? And then that's when, in your mind, as a man, you start considering other options, right? And you start weighing, those other options. Well, is it cheaper to keep her? Or you start considering messing around, or whatever the case may be. I can't speak about everyone and everybody's experience, but for me personally, if you're not taking care of your business, eventually, those thoughts start creeping in. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, and listen, someone had a show out there, and it said the question was posed: is side chicks winning? And the answer is yes. They winning.
Well, side chicks have always won. Because side chicks get to have the fun and the excitement without the problems and pressures of being in a relationship.
Facts.
The
And
problem is,
sometimes,
why
ladies, I want you to hear it from me first, from Twins Inc. Hey, there are some side chicks they deserve a medal because some of them have kept the reason why some guys are still married now is because of them. Okay?
Yep.
Some of them is the reason why you still may be married because of the person they play their role to a certain part. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if you've been with some man for so long and he still loves you and y'all 20 plus years in, trust me, because someone was there to keep them in check. Like, no, you go back home. I'll take care of you, but you gonna go back home to your wife and kids. I'm just saying, they out there. Mm-hmm. Now, there's some who want to take the spot. You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to be alone. But if a woman see that another man is like some things, I say this: what you're lacking, the other woman will do gradually and get all the benefits that you're giving to them. And I think because some ladies, they get real comfortable in their current position, they just feel entitled that this is who I am. Like, no, I say this. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Women, ladies, I need to say this. The same energy you had before you got married and had kids, you need to make sure you maintain that energy throughout the whole marriage. If you worked out, looked good prior to marriage and prior to kids, you still need to maintain it. I'm not saying you got to be the same as you were in your 20s, but I'm saying that you still should have a lifestyle where you're still trying to keep yourself looking good and healthy and shape while you're still in the marriage. You understand what I'm saying? Because men are always going to look. So we always going to look. But then if you start lacking, I'm going to look and somebody I might double tap and the person might like, hey. Then you got whole conversation going on because you open that gate but not taking care of your man.
Yeah. I'm a little different in the fact that, so if a woman gains a little weight, I'm not jumping. You know what I mean? But
it's acceptable.
I'm not jumping shit. You know what I mean?
No.
I like yams and things, but but as long as you're taking care of your business, you know what I mean? As long as I'm good, I'm taking care of them. All about compromise. As long as you're doing your thing, it's okay to slip a little bit, but tighten it back up, get it together. We all fall short sometimes, but I'm talking about the excessiveness.
Right.
As she knows she's not giving it to you, right? And she knows you the ass, and she done turned you down and came up with every excuse and had every headache in the book, right? So she knows. She's
been on her cycle for 3 months.
Right. And she knows she's basically using it to control you.
A weapon. It's illegal.
Right. Man, but once you make that decision, or once the man makes that decision in his mind that I'm tired of begging or whatever the case may be, and they switch it up, then all of a sudden we become the bad person.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe.
There's no reason to cheat. Let's be real. That's not entirely true.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they play a part in that. But if you ever realize, society never holds a woman accountable.
Never.
Very seldomly ever. Perfect example. You hit a woman, you're ostracized, you're the worst man, you're not a man, so on and so forth. A woman hits you, slaps you, stabs you, whatever the case may be, society says you still shouldn't hit that woman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Really anything you think of. The women that are false claiming rape, and it comes out that they lie.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be another topic. That's a later point. You never hear about them going to prison or facing any charges, even though they've cost some of these men years of their lives.
Their prime years.
Right? They're never held accountable.
No.
Right? So, it is what it is. Like you said before, we don't have many options on how we handle situations. So, we're constantly trying to figure out the best way to navigate it to prevent the least amount of damage to us financially or to us in general.
Facts.
Right? So, I'm going to keep it real 100% for me.
Mm-hmm.
You handle your business. In the bedroom, there's a lot of things I can deal with. When you don't, that's when the problems start. That's when the cracks in the foundation start forming.
The foundation is not stable.
This foundation is not stable. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, women believe that they can use that to control us and punish. If they don't like something we've done, or they use that as a punishment or try to control us, or I don't think that's the best avenue. You know, I think it's the absolute worst avenue. You know, 'cause we get you some help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
And honestly,
we co-sign everything.
look, I had a conversation with a woman the other day about this, and she said, "I'm listening. I agree. It should be a law that a woman should not be holding herself away from her husband or a man, vice versa. No one should. Once you marry, you commit to each other.
There are.
Huh? I know some are,
In
right?
some countries there are.
Yeah, but not here in America. At least in major places, right? I don't want to live in Idaho, or whatever, but no one's at. But I'm saying that she said it should be a law for the woman to withhold her body from her husband. And if and we all, and that's right now, I don't care if you're not a Christian or not, but once you get married, and you get married under the Christian rules, so regardless if you're a Christian or not, when you get married under that guidelines. You know what I'm saying? See, this will help, all that stuff that we're going to try to quote, right? But in the Bible, it states that, man, your woman belongs to your body, and woman, your body belongs to a man. You should not be holding from each other.
You know, they choose what they want, pick and choose.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So with that being said, it should be a crime for you to withhold from your husband. You can say no, but give him, as soon as you say no, you need to come back with a solution. I don't care what it is, head to hair, give me an hour, whatever. Don't just leave it at a no completely. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Me, and I say most men I know, I never heard of a guy denying his woman from sex. Never.
I have.
Oh, well, you can talk on that, but
you can do it, but it's not the norm.
Right. It's definitely not the norm. It can't happen.
I've heard it a few times.
So go ahead. I want to hear.
So I don't want to give too many details. There was a young woman. I was a younger man, but there was a woman who was older than me. She was attractive, you know, and she claimed that she'd been married for so many years, and her husband was just not interested in sexual activity. You know what I mean? He was withholding it from her. You know, so obviously she was trying to recruit me. Didn't work, but
but see, that's different though.
You know, she said he wasn't. I'm talking about months upon months upon months upon months. He just wasn't
right.
You know, so I don't know if he was.
He might have a whole other family on his side.
Or he might have been maybe gay or something like that. Who knows? I don't know what the situation was.
Wait. I want to add a little bit to so I know a dude that, while he wasn't withholding it on purpose, he thought he had ED.
Oh.
All right? He thought that it was just, I'm getting older, it ain't working the way I hate to say it. He met a woman and cheated. And he said, "Dude, I feel like I'm 15 again." He said, "I don't have ED. I just don't like it."
Well, see, hold on. That's it right there too. Listen, and that's it right there. I'm glad you said that. So yes, honestly, when it comes to the sex, it actually starts it's a mental thing first, right? Ladies, I want you to pay attention to this. It is a mental thing. So even that brother, he thought he had ED. Nah, brother, that chemistry that you used to have with your woman all the time is no longer there. You know, at one point, she used to walk around in some panties. You be like, bing. She got the shower. You was like, bing. But after a couple years in, some arguments, some you begging, all that stuff, you don't have that same trigger is going to get you off right away by looking at her anymore. Because whatever chemistry you had there has been turned off. It's been suppressed. So then when you do mess with someone else, you like, hold up, I'm good. Because you ain't doing nothing. You ain't taking nothing. You like, boom, buddy time. Like, I'm doing it better when I was in my 20s. That's the problem. It's a mental thing.
I hear that a lot from women, though, right? Emotionally, if I'm not into it, or we're having issues, or we're not on the same page, and I'm not there. And that's why, they're not, taking care of their sexual, So, I hear that, but at the same time, I might not be feeling you. You might be on my last nerve fiber, but I still pay the bills. You know what I mean? So, we work it out. You know what I mean? So my thing is, you got to do your job at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about accountability and responsibility with that statement right there.
Okay.
So even if I don't want to go to work some days, all right?
Facts.
If we in a relationship, your job as a woman is to satisfy my sexual needs. I don't believe in none of this cap talking about my body, my choice. I get that. But if you agree to be in a relationship with me, this is part of it, and you agree to it, when you got in the relationship? Yes or no? I mean, fella, y'all agree with that, or am I barking up the wrong tree?
Yeah, we definitely agree with that.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So once again, what are my responsibilities in this relationship as a man? Once again, I'm not saying I'm paying all the bills, but if I'm paying 75% of the bills, you paying 25% of the bills. All the bills got to get paid, right?
Right.
When it comes to cleaning up the house or mowing the lawn, we got jobs to do in this relationship, right?
Right.
So when it comes time to sex, you can look this up. Men don't want sex because we just like the idea of sex. If we don't have sex, we have physiological problems. We'll get blue balls, twisted testicles. We can start leaking sperm for no reason if we don't handle our business. We need this. It ain't no want. And you agreed to handle that need when you got in a relationship with. So, yeah, man, I'm all this other capping like, oh, I got headaches and I just don't feel like it. If you know you got emotional problems and issues and garbage, blah, 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 isn't it your responsibility to handle those kind of internal problems to yourself?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Don't be like, oh, you need to make me love you more. No, you need to figure out what the hell your triggers are and then modify them to fit the situation you in. Because I don't know what's going on between that twisted mind of yours. I just know that when I want you to lean over the back of the couch, I don't want to hear no word. I want you to shut up, turn the TV on whatever channel you like, and let me handle 15 minutes of my business. Or 5, depending on the man. I'm just saying.
You stupid.
I mean, I'm not saying... I know it sounds harsh because it's a lot of dudes like that could say it nicer and sweeter than I'm ever going to bother to do. But the point is, you taking care of my sexual needs is a responsibility just as much as paying the car note and cutting the grass. And if you ain't handling your part of the responsibility, you shouldn't be able to wreck my life when I try to go out and satisfy not an urge, not a want, not a desire. It is a need. That's my position.
Yeah, and there's no one out here when you think about these big platforms or media outlets just talking to women and telling them what they need to do to stay married, right? Everybody want to have this conversation on why black men ain't not around, why black men ain't doing this. Can we focus on the root causes why they're not around, right? Let's find the root causes. And once again, we do hold men accountable here. So yes, you need to take care of your kids and be the father figure that you need to be with your kids, regardless if you're not the woman or not. We definitely stand on those 2 feet. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to, why men not around, like, let's talk about it. Why are you denying him? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? Is he doing, like I said, like when I asked a woman, she asked the 3-minute woman, has he slacked off paying the bills? Has he slacked off protecting you? All the man duties that he does, he slack off doing those things? And the woman's like, no, my husband does everything I need to do. Sure, I don't have to work. I choose to work because he said, I can. Okay, so if your man, if you believe that you have a man that is taking care at least 90% of your needs, if 80% of the needs, what makes you think like you have a good man? Like he should be taken care of, because as soon as I step out, go somewhere else, you want to condemn me to the world. I ain't this, I ain't that. You ain't shit. Back, all men cheat, all other stuff. But if you was knocking my roots block off all the time, I would have the energy to step out, do anything crazy, right? If you was, if you talk to me nice, peacefully, respect. Most black men, we don't ask so much in kind of relationship. Food, sex, respect. I know some people want other things, but for me, that's all I already need. I don't need much. I don't got just those bitch things I need. But then if you can't meet those 3 things, but you have a list of 45 things that I got to do, and I maintain all the time, and I need some little TLC because I'm stressed, and you saying no, like that needs to be in these marriage vows. Like, yes, thou shalt bust it out weekly for the hubby. That should be in, what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill, still not to kill, to sickness and health, all that should be in there, because honestly, if because women always say this, well, he shouldn't cheat. He should cheat. Okay, so let's say all men are cheating, right? Let's just say that every marriage that broke up because they cheated. Okay, Were you busting up him from every day so he couldn't cheat? Was you making sure he was drained, he had no energy but work only? How often were you doing with him? Once a week or once every 2 months? Okay, so therefore that's your problem. You didn't take care. You didn't do your job to make sure your man didn't step out. Now, is it going to be guys that just step up regardless? Yes. Nothing's absolute. Anything we talk about, nothing's ever absolute. It's never all, but it's the majority that we're talking about. And once again, that's why one last thing. This is why you think all these rich millionaire guys, when they leave their wives, they always go with someone younger. You notice that? Everyone. No one. Michael Jordan married no 50-year-old woman the same age as him. What did he do? From a young, late 20, late 30-year-old and had 2 more kids. So apparently he wanted kids. But
how old is Puff's girlfriend?
Said Puff, right? Puff, he dating when he city girls, I think, something like that. Girl, maybe 18, maybe 20, something. I don't know.
Marcus Houston.
Yeah, like dudes. I mean, it's out there. Every man, most men, when they leave their woman and they back on the market, they pick something. Brad Pitt, he had Angelina's. She's still okay, right?
Wait, I want to check out that part where you said. I want to check out that part where you said where most men when they leave their woman, women leave 83% of the time.
Facts.
Most of the time when the woman backs,
right,
the man get younger.
And we don't care what you say on our document of irreconcilable differences, whatever it is. We all know what it really comes down to. You left, and you put the man in a situation where he had no say in. And we all know legally that the system's not for us. And not just for black men, all men across the board. When they get in the legal system, they all get their head knocked off. But once again, it all goes back to the accountability for the ladies. I'm sorry. We're going to say it. If we had a woman here to say it, she'll say it to y'all because y'all don't.
Yeah, one of these days I would love for a woman to actually own up to what are y'all accountable for? What are you supposed to do? Not just us talking amongst ourselves, because at this point we just happy to have sex.
And I'll just say
that's
this.
Sad as heck.
Yeah, I'll just say this for any young fellas who's listening, or even ladies who have young boys who's listening, whoever. This is one question you need to ask every time you go on a date. What's the benefit of being married? Hey, before you get married, you should ask that question. What's the benefit? If the only benefit she can say is because she loves you, run. If she say only because if it's a life and death situation, she won't be able to control that, run.
The only real benefit, there's a few, but raising kids together, I guess. But having 2 incomes, is one. But overall, it's not beneficial to us. And
Seth broke that down when the black man and black woman, they separate, who it benefits or who wins, because I'm gonna do a quick recap of it. So if I make all together, all the bills I pay come to $3,000 a month, right? I pay those. Boom. The wife, she leaves, and she also makes $3,000 a month, towards bills, right? Instead of having us have a total of $6,000 in one home, it's split in half.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So guess what? I'm paying the bill, mortgage, she paying the mortgage, or paying rent, whatever. Car, she's paying the car. All have to be in one household, but women don't understand the concept that we are stronger together. But when you break us in half, yes, it's a struggle at first, but the men do still survive, women still survive. But that resource that we had is now gone. So when Questboogie was saying 2 incomes, now it's gone. It's gone because I got to still pay my bills over here, and you got to pay your bills over there. And when the kids do come over, I still got to have money for them so we can do stuff. That's 2 income being split in half. What's the other thing you said? The first thing you said? He said there's 2 things only benefit. He said 2 incomes and raising kids.
Raising kids. So
go ahead.
The kids always lose, man. I don't care how you chop it up.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Children always lose.
Always lose.
My personal situation, I was told kids are resilient. They'll be okay. But
that's BS.
And that's why we got a lot of hurt young boys and young girls growing up right now because they have mommy and daddy issues.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll let you all take it from here. I think I think we're on the same page in this subject as well, for the most part.
See? And once again, this is what I find scary, though. Once again, 3 different guys, 3 different life situations, 3 different circumstances, 3 different lifestyles. All of us have the same problem. Bruh, what's the common denominator?
The women.
And that's the problem. That it ain't just that we whining. Now that we having these conversations, ladies, y'all dropping the ball. Y'all dropping the ball so far across the board that you got dudes in the mountains of West Virginia and the suburbs of Los Angeles having the same problem.
And listen, I'll just say this last thing before we wrap it up here. Ladies, if you didn't know, the biggest enemy against the black man in America is not the white man. It's you.
Unfortunately.
I hate to say this, but it's you. It is you. You're the biggest threat to us as a whole. The enemy we actually sleep with next to us every day can cause us more harm, more stress than anything. I know guys who never was in the streets, never gangbang, never crazy, just regular average dude, worked hard, everything, right? But they had a kid by a lady and didn't work out. They had separated, so he had paid child support, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, dude man lost his job or something happened, got behind. Guess what? Now he getting arrested. He in the system now. He in the system now because he fell behind and paid the money and they came and got him and locked him up. So this guy who never was in the streets, any drama, police, all that, is now in the system because you have the power to put someone on the system because how you feel. Because when it comes down to it, it's all feelings. It ain't got nothing to do with that facts. It's all feelings. Well, he had a child and he didn't take care of his kid. But do we really gotta go through the legal system? Do we have to put another black man in the system? Especially dudes, especially a dude who ain't doing nothing like me. I know pretty dudes who are dirtball dudes in the legal system already for other drug and crazy stuff they did. And guess what? They're now on child support.
Mm-hmm.
But I know dudes who stand up, dudes who work hard and try to provide are in the system and stressed out. One of these people on my Facebook Live, no, it wasn't on my Facebook, but it was someone else's. He recorded himself killing himself because he was so stressed out because his baby mama was keeping him away from his kid, and he'd go through all this drama, whatever. It was crazy. And I'm like, the last time I saw the film, my host might called him and went to his house. By the time they found out, the man hung himself already.
Wow.
According to Merriam-Webster,
Wow.
a written word meant
Sherry's trying to tell.
is acted out.
No, Sherry, that's not what we're talking about right now. But yeah.
The art or profession of creating or putting on plays. 3. An exciting or emotional situation.
Oh, maybe this is Google.
Told of the drama occurring in the courtroom.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all keep talking though.
No, I heard Google.
I know.
Nah,
Yeah,
like,
Google just. I know I might have said okay and then said it and it went crazy.
Yeah.
But that's it, ladies and
Google.
gentlemen. Ladies, I hate to say it, but once again, you're the biggest threat to us, and it's a fact. Hate to say it. And, we don't split one out open, but we got stuff we got to take care of.
Exactly. And all I'm going to say is, ladies, my closing thoughts is when it comes to riding that pony or giving us a BJ, take one for the team. We'd appreciate it.
It's not really for the team. This thing you should be doing because this is for your husband. This someone that you love.
Not from the team. For the team.
For the team. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We chopped this up as well. This is the Chop Team. You have Twinsinc and Seth the Dachop. And we had Questboogie on the show today. Once again, I keep stressing this every Sunday at 3 p.m. We have live recordings. So if you want to tune in, watch us live, and chat with us, or even be on the show, let us know. Follow us on the Chop Team. Every episode is dropped every Monday at 7 a.m. iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, all them podcasts. We're on all of them. So tune in, tap in, share. Let us know how you feel. Anything else you want to say, Seth, before we close it out, buddy?
Nah, I'm good. This was fun.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning into the Chop Team. Have a wonderful day and great week, and we see y'all next Sunday. We out.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.